this is really bad timing. Finals day. Jeez. Now I'm really, I am worried that there are going to be some final students are going to show up at the new time, and the other half going to show up at the old time. And the ones that were like moved a day, what do you do?
Yeah.
The students, can you imagine? I mean, just think, you're worried about finals.
Yeah.
You show up and nobody's there. And then you say, we didn't, oh, that was yesterday, they moved it. That's like one of those nightmares you have, you know, they moved it up a day, you didn't get the message. That's because there was no message.
Well, it's like in your world music class that happens, you know, you got that many students, there's
Yeah.
bound to be
Oh yeah,
somebody
somebody's
who doesn't get
absent the day you announce it.
Yeah.
And then... All right, speaking of files, since we're speaking of files,
waiting for this.
Can you tell us what's
there are
on?
only going to be 3 things.
There's always only 3 things.
Of the 3 things, I like to start with the first one first. Because if you start with the last one, everybody leaves when you're done. So you should start with the first one.
Yes.
Okay. You're going to perform countdown. So we're not going to have a dictation. We didn't get into the dictation. So
Do that.
Tim's all excited now. Yeah, give me that count class.
Well, this is why I can't do compound. Like they did the last one. No, that was compound.
now this, although it says write the count class for Thursday, go ahead and write it. And it's not to hand in because Thursday's the last class, but I can walk around and just double check that you got it right. So this one, you'll perform, there'll be, not sure which one, so it'll be like on the final, there'll probably be maybe 3 of them circled at random. So you need to prepare them all. But for Thursday, definitely try writing the count clap because if you get confused, you should get confused before we're finished with class. So you can get confused so we can fix it on Thursday. On the final, these will be on your final, but you don't have to fill anything out. So you can use this page when you perform it. And I use the final to check things off. So don't waste time trying to fill in count clap for this first one. Okay, we'll come back to that. Count clap. 2.
The one.
Written count clap.
Oh.
Okay, this could be anything we've had so far, except the ones where we're not actually counting out loud. Although, even though we didn't count the numbers for the quintal, possible there could be a quintal, but that's just a matter of going 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So I mean, that one's not terribly confusing. But there'll be some count clap to write out. And the last thing that you're going to do is sing solfege. This is what you are going to sing.
Okay. Practicing something in the Oh.
Okay, take a look at this. It looks rather complex. It's once you get it going, you'll notice even the chromaticism is rather logical. So in the past, I have not had students complain about this. But don't wait till the last minute. It is compound time. Or actually, no, I'm sorry. You can write this on there. This is simple time. So there's no way that you can do those 30-second notes in compound time. So instead of Li 1 La, Li 2, Li 1, blah, 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 it would have to be 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 6, 1, 3 to take it, 4, 6. So that's about maybe even a little bit slower than that. So you might want to make sure you could count clap it first and then go over the pitches. Okay, that's it. You're going to perform from the page I gave you fill that out for Thursday. It's not an assignment to hand in. It's something for you to practice for the final. But we can look at it Thursday, make sure it's correct. Then you'll have some written count clap. For the written count clap, I'd strongly suggest you open the book at random, not look at the chapter, find the nearest rhythmic patterns, and see if you can write the count clap. The difficulty here, this happens every year, no matter how many times I say it, is there's somebody who, if you knew what chapter you were on, like compound time, then you would automatically go, okay, it's a 1 to la lita. Or if you knew it was simple time, you'd say, well, this is 1 to theta, 2 to theta. But when they're all mixed up and you don't know what chapter, I always get somebody, there'll be something in, I don't know what, 3/8 time, and they're writing 1 to la lita, when it should be 1 to theta, 2 to theta. So I strongly suggest you randomly look through the book without realizing what chapter you're on, so that when you see something like a 3/2 time, you stop and go, now wait, is that simple or compound? And then if you're confused, you can look at the title of the chapter and you'll see what's done. Yes?
I'm confused on this time here.
Yeah, we haven't talked about that.
Okay.
Second last one?
Everything else I
Okay. All right. If I don't get to that by the end of by 5 till we're done,
Okay.
ask me again, but I'm
Okay.
trying to get to it.
Wouldn't that be
no, those are 64th notes. Eighth note is B, 16th note is 1 te, 2 te, 30 seconds, and 1 ta la 30, or 1 to theta, 2 to theta, and now we're doing 64.
All right, let's see if we can get to that. And I'll explain. It's actually quite simple. When we get there, it's almost like cheating, but take a look at page 281. Changing meters. They did that in Sacramento downtown. They used to have those ones where you put quarters in. Now you have to go to a machine and buy a ticket. Oh, this kind of meter. All right, page 281.
Oh.
Even if we were count clapping this, there's nothing really new here. It's the change that's new, but you know how to do the first measure and you know how to do the second measure. So try number 1. So if this is the beat, 1, ready, and 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. So does everybody understand how you would do this? It's just like 2 different assignments. You're doing an assignment in 3/4, and then you're doing an assignment in 2/4. But the actual changing meter, I mean, that's not much to get used to. Try number 2. Ooh, I like that last measure, 1/4. It's short and to the point. Okay, number 2. 1, 2, 3, 1,
Why didn't they just make that one a 3/4 measure? Or a 4/4
Yeah,
measure?
4. And maybe they want that accent. 1, 2, 3, 1. Because they're just being obtuse.
Yeah.
Any problem with that? Try it in number 3. Actually count the syllables. We haven't been counting lately because we were doing those 2 to 5, but these are all 2s and 3s, so go ahead and count out loud. So the first measure is 1, 2, take 3. And the second measure, 1, 2. 1, ready, and 1, 2, take 3. 1, 2, 1, 2, 1, 2, take 3, take 1, take 2, take 1, take 2, 1, take 2, 3, 1, take 2, take 1, take 2, take 1, take 2, take 3, 1, take 1, take 2, 3, 1, take 3, 1, 2, 3, take 1, take 1, 3, take 1. If we were doing number 4, 4/8 time, you would write capital R under the rest, 2, 3, pulse, and then the 5/8 would be pulse, 2, 3, 4, 5. Now, we're not going to say the syllable now because we haven't been doing that for the 5s, but if you had something like this on a final, you would look at the key signature, or excuse me, time signature, 4/8. 8th note gets the beat, 4/8.